Sports Friday on SVI Media is sponsored by First Bank of Wyoming, your home for totally free checking. Visit gofirstbank.com.
First Bank of Wyoming Sports Friday from the SVI Media Studios in Star Valley, Wyoming. Welcoming on the show with us this morning, Coach Joe Samuelson, head coach of the Upton Bobcats boys basketball team. Good morning, Coach Samuelson. How are you today?
I'm good. Good. How are you?
We're doing great, Coach. Thank you for joining us this week. The first question I want to ask is, it seems like it's a good time to be an Upton Bobcat. Your team doing really well, the girls' team doing really well. Do the programs kind of feed off each other, and is this a common thing for your school?
Yeah, it's been pretty common over the years to have a good boys team, good girls team. It's great to see the girls having so much success, and our boys team is playing well as well. So it's we have a slogan here in Upton. We call it "It's a great day to be a Bobcat," and it really seems to be fit right now.
Well, your team specifically, it's become common, especially over the last couple of years. Of course, defending state champs for you guys, a one-loss season last year. Right now, sitting on just a one loss also. And at this point of your season, when you look back over recent couple of years for Bobcat basketball, what do you attribute the success to?
It's just a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work from a lot of guys that have been committed to the program. They're buying into what we teach as a coaching staff and kind of our philosophy and our program. We've worked hard to build a positive culture around here. And so when you got guys that buy into it and they spend a lot of time working, not just with the team but on their own, you can really have a lot of success, especially at the 1A level.
You were saying that you have the buy-in and the culture. Brag on your team a little bit. Tell us more about some of your players and some of the personalities that they have and how they carry this program.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm super proud of our guys, and I'm very, very fortunate to coach such great young men, and I really consider them to be just that. They're positive role models. They're active in the community. They're just great representatives of our school and our town and what we're about. We're led by 4 seniors, Luca Brooks, Reese Barrett, Dawson Smith, and Nathan Baker. They played a lot of minutes for us last year. They played big roles for us last year when we won the state championship. Specifically in that game, those 4 played a lot of minutes and were instrumental in being able to win that game. And so having those 4 guys back and being able to use them and their leadership has been huge. We got a lot of young kids, and we have 5 upperclassmen, 1 junior, but then the rest of them are underclassmen, sophomores, freshmen. And so having a great core group of seniors that's there to show these guys the rope, teach them how to work hard, because again, freshmen, sophomores, they don't come in, they don't know how to work. It's something they have to learn how to do, and you got 4 great guys right there showing them how to do it. And they've been instrumental in what we're trying to accomplish. Positive attitudes. They're our leaders off the court. So I'm very, very proud of them. They've been huge for us, and I think what they've done is gonna carry forward beyond just this season as well.
Coach Samuelson, one of the players you mentioned, Luca Brooks, he's one of those players that just jumps off the box score at you, leads 1A in both scoring and assists. That's got to be quite the luxury to have in your backcourt, someone like that can score 20 points a game, but also dish the ball off for nearly 7 assists a game. What makes him such a special player that gives him the ability to score and move the ball around like that?
He's talented. He's very, very talented. But aside from that, he's worked very, very hard as well. So I think one of the things that helps him stand out is just his willingness over the years to spend more time in the gym, to spend more focus on honing in on his craft and getting better. But I mean, he's been a huge part with what we're trying to do, he can score at will. You take a look at his per 32 averages. He averages almost a triple double. He's incredible in that regard. But the biggest thing I've been proud of him and excited about is just his willingness and his ability to distribute. We got a lot of guys that can score and fill it up as well. And so when he is passing and moving the ball and getting guys open, we're really, really, really tough. And that's kind of been a big step for him this year, was just his passing, his ability to facilitate. And I think that comes with just a little more experience and whatnot. And again, he's working on it in the summertime.
Coach, obviously in the 1A classification, you guys are a little bit ahead of the bigger schools in terms of your postseason and getting to state. So you're even a week farther ahead of that. Kind of walk us through what you got coming up next and where you end up. You got regionals coming up, where that's going to be, and some of your primary contenders that are going to be aiming at the Bobcats and who you're trying to fend off.
Yeah, we got one more conference game this week, and then we go into regionals next week. That's going to be down in Torrington. And it looks like a lot of teams are very, very similar and very, very close. Down in the southeast, you got Guernsey, Southeast, and Lingle that kind of keep beating each other and kind of trading spots, and they're all very, very, very similar and tight. And then I think we got a lot of teams up in our conference as well that are going to be right there and competing with those teams. So it'll be interesting seeing what happens this week. I think the other side of the state's going to be similar in that regard too. A lot of similar teams. Anybody can beat anybody on any given night. And so the way things shape out coming out of regionals into the state's going to be very interesting.
Again, speaking with Coach Joe Samuelson, Upton Basketball, boys basketball coach, head coach of the Bobcats, the number one ranked team in the state of Wyoming in the 1A classification with the Wild Preps coaches and media poll. Coach, when you look around the rest of the 1A classification, it's basically been you and Du Bois for the past couple of years. And, of course, as a coach and as a team, you're trying to look at that next game. And like you said, anybody could beat anybody on any given night. But, I mean, me and Dal and media, we can say all roads point to Upton and Du Bois as a likely scenario in that state championship game. Is it difficult for you and the coaching staff to try and keep the boys focused on that next game mentality and try not to look ahead to what could potentially be the back-to-back in the state championship game?
Well, the big thing that we focus on is every day getting better. And so regardless of who our next opponent is, we like to focus on what we can do, focus on us. And so, I mean, that's just kind of where we're at. We can try to look ahead and see what teams are out there, what teams are doing well down in the south or on the other side of the state. And, Du Bois, they're definitely tough, and they got some really, really good players. I think Saratoga's also very, very tough. They're well coached, with Jason Williams. And, they've been to the state championship, back-to-back years. And, they're not going to let anything they're not going to, let anybody just get by them easily. So, and then, like I said, you got a lot of teams over there that they're playing tough games every night. And, they're used to battles. They're used to grinds. And so it'll just be interesting to see how it works out. But the biggest thing, we just got to focus on us, getting better every day, focusing on those little things, our effort, our attitudes. And, as long as we take care of ourselves, that'll give us the best chance going forward. And, hopefully it's enough in the end. But, all we can do is think about us.
Coach, thank you so much for your time today. Appreciate you joining us. That again is Coach Joe Samuelson, head coach of the Upton Bobcats boys basketball program. Coach, wish you the best of luck over the last regular season week, and of course heading into the postseason. Thanks for your time, and good luck to you guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's all part of First Bank of Wyoming Sports Friday on SVI Media.